Right. Shalom. First and foremost, when I start this lesson off, to giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakudash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to the sincere Aquath, and shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathens. Now, this is going to be a quick lesson through the Spirit, just based on the basically continuation of strikes between the U.S. and Iran, even within this, temporary ceasefire or this memorandum of understanding that they had, which just proves what through the Spirit I've been saying, which is that the U.S. and Iran were never going to fully have any ceasefire or any peace deal, because the Lord doesn't want that to happen. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this short article or this paragraph, get some precepts in the Lord's will. You're edified. It says, U.S. strikes on Iran, tests fragile ceasefire. The U.S. has struck Iran for the first time since the two sides reached a memorandum of understanding on June 17th. The U.S. says it hit Iranian military sites amid claims Iran's forces attacked a commercial ship in the Strait of Hormuz. Yeah, so you see, there's never going to be any peace out there, because one of them, whether it's Iran or the U.S., is always going to make a move or do something that's going to upset the other one. You see, the Lord has everything set up exactly how he wants it to. So as soon as, the U.S. and Iran started talking about this memorandum of understanding that they had, and all the simple-minded people were like, see, the war is over, everything, see, Trump ended the war. No, he didn't. The only one who can end this war is the Lord, and the Lord is not going to end it, at least not yet. And when it does end, it's going to be through nuclear destruction, not because some piece of paper got signed. Luke 12:51, suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you nay, but rather division. And the Lord is keeping Iran and the U.S. divided. Every time they seem like they're about to have some permanent peace deal, it just falls apart. Because because the Lord does not want there to be peace in the quote-unquote Middle East. Not until America is destroyed and the land of Israel is cleansed of all of those heathens that are in the Lord's chosen land. So until that happens, there's going to be division amongst the nations. There's going to be war between the nations. Exodus 15:3. The Lord Yahweh is a man of war. The Lord Yahweh is his name. And that's right. The Heavenly Father is a man of war. And that's why what's happening with the U.S. and Iran and Israel and Lebanon is going to continue to happen. It's going to continue to happen because that's what the Lord wants. The Lord is not going to allow things to calm down. Or he'll have things calm down, but he's not going to have them stop altogether. Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Jumping down to verse 8. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. And we are in a time of war. That is why every time the U.S. and Iran try to have a peace deal, a memorandum of understanding, a ceasefire, it all falls apart. Because we're not in a time of peace. We're in a time of war. We're in a time of civil wars, race wars, and ultimately nuclear world war. That's the way that the Lord has set this up. That's the direction that it's going in. And that's how it's all going to end. You know, these simple minded people are out here trying to praise Trump and be like, see, he came up with this memorandum of understanding between the US and Iran. They try to act like he's so smart. And it's like, no, he isn't. No, he isn't. You people are just foolish and simple and naive. You know, the Lord is not going to allow there to be peace on earth until the kingdom of heaven is established. And the kingdom of heaven is not going to be established while America still exists and while those heathens are still in the Lord's chosen land of Israel. Plain and simple. So for those of us of the hopeful elect who knew that this memorandum of understanding was, it was never going to last, it was never going to be a permanent thing, we're not surprised that Iran and the US are back to launching attacks on each other out there in the quote unquote Middle East. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakudash. The Wadi Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to the sincere Akwath. And shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathens. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up, and Adawan Ratazah. Till next time, shalom.